The New Blues Festival, Shoreline Aquatic Park, Long Beach, Saturday, November 13th. Appearing on stage will be Sugaray Rayford, and I'm speaking to him right now. He's on the line. Sugaray, how are you, my friend?
I'm cool as a cat like you, Cat. I'm chilling. How you doing, brother?
Oh, man, you are a busy, busy man, but you know, at the same time, I love it, man. You can always catch all your stuff on the Sugar Shack, correct?
Most definitely. Every Tuesday, noon to 1 Pacific Standard Time.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, man. When was the last time you were in Long Beach?
Man, it's been a while, man. You know what's so strange is my nephew passed away there, was hit by a car literally less than 8 days ago.
Oh, my gosh.
And so it's going to be surreal. It's kind of putting a button in things, you know. It's like sorrow to joy. So I'm looking forward to the exercise of demons over there. But it's been a while.
That's great. I mean, it's great that you're coming back, and I'm excited to see you. What are you bringing to the show? Any special guests?
Not really. I'm coming with my new the 7-piece band. You know, 2 horns, bass, drums, and guitar, keyboard myself. And you know, we're gonna do something off the Grammy-nominated album. And I was hoping to get stuff ready for the new album, but you know, with the COVID, it's been a little tough. But you know, we're coming to shake and do what we got to do, and hopefully everybody get butt naked and have a good time and let it all hang out.
Exactly, man. We're gonna have a big old blues party. We're gonna remember all the wonderful people that have passed during this time, but at the same time, you know, where can we find some of your music before we get to the show?
Well, you can always reach me at www.sugarrayrayford.com. Also, Sugaray Rayford at Spotify. The 2 new singles that we've had out are doing real good. Matter of fact, the single Misinformation is just getting over 100,000 streams.
Great.
And Homemade Disaster has had over 300,000 streams and been put on some great Spotify playlists. So check me out on Spotify. Apple Music, you know, anywhere you get your music, I'm there. Sugaray Rayford, baby.
You are an absolute powerhouse, and I'm so excited once again to see you perform again. And we go way back, but who are some of your influences? Who are some of the artists that you draw from and people can expect to hear?
Well, in the past, when I was always just doing traditional blues, for me it was always about Son House and Honey Boy Edwards and things like that. But you know, now I've been pushing more into the realm of soul blues and Americana type blues. So I've been listening to a lot of Little Milton, a lot of Albert King, a lot of, you know, just that type of thing. Even Curtis Mayfield. And, you know, my new album is called In Too Deep. That comes out March the 4th. Great. And we've already dropped 1 single, like I said, Misinformation. We're getting ready to drop another one here on November 19th called Invisible Soldier. And I'm talking about my PTSD and how there's a lot of veterans walking around in front of you right now. They're invisible soldiers. People don't realize what they're suffering, what they're going through. But the new album comes out March the 4th. So look for that, too. That should be really cool.
That's really great. So where can you find you before November 13th? You're going to be hitting the road in the next few days, correct?
Well, no, we're hanging out. We're pulling back. We're just putting together videos and getting the band together. This actually will be the last show that I'm gonna do the schedule for 2020. Starting 2021, we start running. You know, from in January, I think we have a cruise overseas and some things like that, and then we're booked up through to the end of the year. A lot of festivals, a lot of touring. So, but this year we've kept it really light and just trying to get running racehorses. They've been sitting in the stable for almost 2 years. Right. I can't just throw them out on the track and have them going crazy. So this year was like just warming up, getting running around the track. So this will be the last show that's scheduled for the year for the Sugaray Rayford Band. Is the new Long Beach Festival. So we're gonna try to go out there with a bang.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm excited once again, and who would you have to say is somebody that you are looking forward to see?
Well, you know, my buddy Mike Zito on Gulf Coast Records, and he's a good friend of mine, and we played some side projects together. He just signed Tito Jackson to his label, and he put out that new Tito Jackson album, which is a blues album. But I'm excited. I'm curious. I'm in wonderment to see how Jackson does with the blues. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the highlights I am looking for as well. And to those that might be, you know, getting into the blues themselves or trying to be on stage like you, what kind of advice would you give to those people?
learn the business side. It's important. I mean, it's as important as the music that you are creating. The business is just as important. It is equally 50-50. And I've had some learning to do and some catching up to do, and try to make sure that you have your team in place.
Exactly.
You can do it all yourself, like Pam and I have in the past. But to be successful, the business is to work smarter, not harder. So make sure you get to a point where you got a booking agent, you have management. Make sure your merchandise has been sold. So as I just said, just as important as getting out there shaking what your mama got and singing like an angel. You need to know the business side.
And it's all about truth and conviction, and I believe you always have it every time I see you perform, is that truth and conviction and just that honesty. And I mean that's built up over time. You've been singing for how long now?
Ooh, man, a long time. I got out of music a while back. My wife got me into music again, and I've been running for the last 20 some odd years. As a matter of fact, as she told me, you've been going for 18 years straight with no breaks. And we talked about doing 150 to 250 shows a year around the world for the last 18 years, with no days off, no significant time to relax or whatever. So I've been blessed. It's a blessing, though.
Great.
It is a blessing.
Great. Well, again, it's a blessing to have you as my friend. And, thank you once again for taking a moment of your time and get this together. We finally lined it up. And thanks again for being on the line, my friend.
Hey, man, anytime Cat Blues, give me a call. I'm there. Thank you, brother.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Sugaray Rayford will be live on stage Saturday, November 13th at the New Blues Festival. The New Blues Festival, Shoreline Aquatic Park, Long Beach, Saturday, November 13th. Appearing on stage will be TJ in the Suitcase, and I'm speaking with him right now. He's on the line. TJ, go ahead and let us know what you're bringing to the show on November 13th.
Hello, brother. Nice to see you or speak to you again.
Great speaking to you too as well.
I'm bringing myself. And I'm going to be doing my one-man show, which is me singing and playing blues harmonica, amplified and acoustic this time, and playing a suitcase drum with my right foot and a homemade tambourine beater pedal with my left foot. And that's what it's going to be.
Fantastic. You're going to be performing new music, new material?
Yes, I have a new set that I've just only played out once. So it's very new. So that's what you're going to get. There's a bit more country blues gospel vibe in there.
That's exciting. And where can people check out your music before you hit the stage?
They can find me online at all the usual places. They can find me at tjandthesuitcase.com, my website. Find me on Facebook. They can find me on Instagram. And the material that I'm going to be playing, none of it has been recorded yet. I haven't recorded any of them tunes yet. I might throw in one popular one that everyone usually wants me to play, or maybe not. Depends on the time. But I really want to play some new tunes out and see how they go down with the Long Beach crowd.
That's great. That's great. When was the last time you played down in Long Beach?
Oh my! I don't even know. I don't even know if I have played down in Long Beach since I've lived here.
Wow, a new experience for everyone seeing you for the first time in Long Beach, correct?
Yeah, this solo show hasn't gone out in Long Beach. I've played harmonica within a band for another artist. I played for Jennifer Magnus in her band one time at that festival, but as far as me solo, I haven't done it.
That's great. So you're really excited and you're just getting ready and getting all prepared. And how long have you been doing your TJ and the Suitcase act for?
I think I went out live in 2014 in the UK.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And you've been here in the United States for how long now?
About 6.5 years.
That's amazing. Some of the influences, who would they be?
They would be the usual suspects for all blues harmonica players.
Yeah, all the West Coast legends, yes.
Yeah, the West Coast legends, all the, the usual people, the Sonny Boys, the Little Walter, the Warhorn, all them people. But I've gone more and more towards country blues and gospel. There's people like the Reverend Dan Smith in there, Elder Roma Wilson,
right,
and then a bunch of artists like Mississippi Fred McDowell, Charlie Patton, like
right.
non-harmonica artists. And also thrown in there as well are a bunch of preachers, a bunch of old African-American preachers that used to mostly play guitar and sing, and have a microphone around their neck and play in the small churches in the southern states of America.
I was told that with Reverend Charlie Jackson,
yeah,
he used to have a slide guitar, but his slide was a Coke bottle.
Yes, that's exactly right. As far as I know, yeah, I actually have. I have a really brilliant remastered album of his on CD, and I managed to find a really rare one on vinyl. So. That's my Sunday music, and well, a lot of other days as well. But yeah, Charlie Jackson, amazing. That stuff blows my mind.
Oh yeah, no, fantastic stuff. And you are sharing the stage with many other artists. Who are you excited to see?
Oh, I can't really put it down to one person.
Right.
How am I going to put it down to one person?
No.
Honestly, anyway, because you know me, but like. Every time someone puts me on, it's always a surprise to me. And I don't want to, and that isn't fake, that's real.
Right.
Because I'm in the home in the blues, because I moved to this country and I'm from the UK, and I've been listening to this music for most of my life.
Right.
When I get to be, play a festival, the Long Beach Blues Festival, effectively, for me, I look at everyone and I go, oh, I've got to bring out my best show, the best show I can possibly do in order for myself to feel worthy of even playing it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. It totally does. Musician to musician and artist to artist. Yes, I know. You bring your A game and you want to always bring that kind of thing first impressions are very important, correct?
Yeah, for me they are, yeah.
Right. So, of course, you want to make sure those people that see you for the first time, that will be the first time they want to see you again and again and again and again. Fans will be made that day when you hit the stage, correct?
I hope so. and honestly, the thing is for me is I know I can never be the Reverend Charlie Jackson. I can never be Howlin' Wolf. I can never be, Little Walter, Sonny Boy Williamson, you name it. So for me, I just want to somehow feel like I did the music justice in some way.
Exactly. And at the same time, you're a storyteller. You're retelling the stories of historical figures that were blazing a trail during that time and that were bringing a message. And at the same time, as we portray historical figures, that encourages other people to go to the public library, to go onto YouTube, to check out on streaming platforms documentaries, correct?
Yes, yeah, I do. I pass that information on, personally. I did it just a couple of hours ago on Facebook Messenger when someone was asking me where a certain song came from, and I have a tendency to bombard people with links and go to the old stuff, check out that old stuff. Here's a bunch of links, and then you go wild.
Yes, no, it's very, very important, very crucial. And again, when we play the music that we play it with our heart and soul. I've seen performances of you, you get really into the music. You feel almost as if you're being channeled by an artist. Do you feel that sometimes?
I feel that every time.
That's great. It's really exciting. And if you were to go back in time and say, that you're going to be performing at such an amazing festival in Southern California, what would you say?
Wow, there's a question. That's a fantastic question. I think I would have to really look in the mirror and say, look, just have faith in yourself and keep going.
That's got to be key, man. That's got to be key. Continue to push yourself forward and remember that every action has a reaction, and we want to make sure all those people that come out to see you on Saturday, November 13th, have a great reaction to your performance. Thank you for being on this quick segment with me, and I can't wait to see you that day, and thanks for taking a moment to speak with me.
It's a pleasure, always. Thank you very much for asking me.
And we hope you all come on out to check out TJ Norton at the New Blues Festival at Shoreline Aquatic Park. The New Blues Festival, Shoreline Aquatic Park, Long Beach, Saturday, November 13th. Appearing on stage will be She Wears Black. On the line, I'm speaking with Shy But Fly, and she is right here on the line. Hey, Shy, thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's so great to hear your voice. It's been a while, and I'm excited to see you live on stage. Who will you be performing with?
Thanks. I'll be performing with She Wears Black. So that is Kai Michael on guitar and Stoney on guitar. I got Maria Vega on bass, and I got Matt Olson on drums. And of course, I'll be singing.
That is great. I can't wait to see that amazing lineup. And are you going to be performing new music from a new upcoming album?
Yes, matter of fact, we are. I've been writing a lot, and we have songs that we've written that we haven't really been performing, but we started recording while the world was, So we're going to do some of those songs as well as some of the bluesy standards,
That's great. And you're a bit of a a little bit of a well-known around the Long Beach area. You've played around there, correct?
Yes, I feel like I've done the New Blues. I've done the Uptown Jazz Festival. I think I've done the Long Beach Jazz Festival before. I played at the kids stage, so I've done a lot of festivals in Long Beach.
That's fantastic. And you're fairly young, but at the same time, a regular. A lot of people know you, and you've actually jumped up on stage with a lot of great artists. Who are some of the influences that have got you into what you've been doing?
People always say I have an old soul, and I kind of believe it because my parents got me into jazz and blues growing up, listening to records. But I just kind of hopped on the scene, and I really got inspired by the whole jazz scene in Leimert Park. I was mentored by Jacques Lejeune, James Leary. I really am a fan of Barbara Morrison. She has an amazing voice, and she's such a good human.
She's amazing. She's fantastic.
Yes.
Do you feel like you're a storyteller or more of a historical person that is kind of trying to retell the story of the blues?
I feel like it's both. I feel like it should be both, and I feel like it is both because I like to keep the music going and keep the stories going. It's kind of like a griot. I'm a poet as well, so it's kind of like I enjoy writing my own stuff, but I know the importance of passing on the tradition of the blues, and I like to write my own as well. So I feel like both are important.
That's fantastic. Who are you excited to see at the show?
I'm excited to see everybody. Honestly, I can't pick just one person. I'm one of those people that I like to go and hear new music and hear different artists that I haven't heard, and even support my friends when I'm not performing. I'm out at a show because I get inspired just as much as I like performing. That's
great. Who would you happen to say was the last blues or jazz album you picked up, or maybe MP3 or something you heard online?
I really got into albums last year, matter of fact. So it's so cliche. The last album that I bought actually was Frank Sinatra.
Oh, great.
I love Frank. I love listening to him on Sunday morning.
He's such a cool cat, and he's so poetic. And at the same time, the great thing about him is he was always surrounded by so many great artists, which you are definitely in good company with so many great artists that are going to be on stage with you. That's really great. And where else can we find you other than the festival? Any other shows after that?
Well, every Wednesday I do an acoustic show on the patio at Roxanne's Lounge in Long Beach on Wardlow and Orange.
Great.
And I really like doing that because a lot of the times people see me full band, but I feel like acoustic, you really get to hear the vocals and you really get to hear the guitar in that more traditional sense.
And what would you say to other young female artists that are up and coming and that dream one day to be on the stage just like you? What would you tell them?
I would tell them to just hop on stage and do it. Like, I'm shy. I'm really shy. But whenever I'm singing or whenever I'm sharing and performing, I just hop into my element. And I would never have known if I didn't just take that first leap that one time.
Well, thanks again for being on the line with me. I know you've been very busy, but at the same time, it's great to hear your voice, and I can't wait to see you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Of course, make sure you check out She Wears Black at the New Blues Festival, Shoreline Aquatic Park. The New Blues Festival, Shoreline Aquatic Park, Long Beach, Saturday, November 13th. Appearing on stage will be Dano Forte. Ladies and gentlemen, I am speaking to him right now. He is on the line. Great to hear from you, my friend.
Good to hear from you. How's everything going?
Oh, man, I'm a busy man, and so are you, man, and it's great to finally get in contact with you.
Yes.
You are excited about the show, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Very excited to be a part of it.
What are you planning on bringing to the show?
Just old style rhythm and blues review. Do like a acoustic blues style thing, like 20s, 30s medicine show with play harmonica, guitar, and drums on a suitcase, and
nice.
Let it fly.
That's excellent, man. That's excellent. And where can people find your music before the show?
For the show, probably YouTube or I don't have a lot of recordings out right now. I'm working on that right now, so hopefully, really quick, I'll be able to offer that at shows, and we'll put it on all the avenues where you can download it.
Fantastic. And so, how long have you had your show?
I've been doing this about just over 10 years.
Wow, man, that's fantastic. And you're a California native.
No. Born in New York and moved to California when I was 12.
Wow. Check you out. So is this your first time playing in Long Beach then?
No. I play in Long Beach quite a bit. I played Alex's Bar a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, I actually play Long Beach on a regular basis, actually.
Now, who can you say is some of your influences on your music? I really like the older style blues from the 20s and 30s. So, I like Charlie Patton and Blind Boy Fuller, Blind Willie McTell, all those, I like Mississippi Sheiks and the Memphis Jug Band, a lot of old jug band style stuff. So which instrument did you pick up first?
Harmonica. I've been doing that quite a bit. And then, the guitar, I started doing it maybe, just before, I'd say maybe 6 months before I actually played a friend's art show. So I kind of crash coursed the guitar and brought the harmonica along too.
It's funny because I always know a lot of harp players that are like that. They're always like, well, I played harmonica first and then I picked up the guitar and here we go. And I think I don't know. I've never asked anyone how is it the other way around. I mean, for me myself, I haven't even bothered to jump into those kind of waters. Who are some of the artists that you are listening to right now that are influencing you in your music?
Back to those other bands, I listen to a lot of early 20s, 30s stuff. I like, there's some newer guys kind of doing that style too, like Harlem Slit, Corey Harris, just kind of keep to that really old country blues, traditional stuff. If I like, for a long time before I was doing the one-man band, I was playing in a jump blues band called the Jive Kings, and we played around California a whole bunch in Southern California area. Definitely influences there were, James Harmon and the old classics, Little Walter, Muddy Waters, all that kind of stuff, and all the different harmonica players that played with those guys, and Howlin' Wolf and Paul Butterfield, all the greats.
That's great. That's great. Now, what would you say would have been the last festival you played? Was it pre-COVID?
Yes, definitely pre-COVID. I've done a bunch of events where there's kind of a mishmash of different style of musics, but definitely the last blues festival I played would have been the Doheny Blues Festival. I wouldn't even know what year that would be. And off the top of my head, it's been a pretty, probably 5 years.
Wow. Well, that's pretty good, man. I mean, it's great with the record of how long you've been playing in some of the great festivals. Do you Is there anybody that you're looking forward to seeing there in Long Beach?
The other suitcase player. I mean, how often do I even see another guy play a suitcase as a drum? And there's two on one bill.
Exactly. And I know them both. They're both my friends. Oh yeah, TJ. That's TJ's awesome. Amazing, man. He's a good cat, and you know what? He's living the dream just because coming over here to the United States and being able to play with artists like yourself and me as well.
Yeah, I really look forward to meeting them and checking them out. That's super cool. But the whole lineup's good, and I just, I'm a fan, so I'll be there all day checking out everybody.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to seeing you and hearing you play, and thanks again for being on the line.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me. I look forward to see you'll be there that day, right?
Yes, sir. I'll be there interviewing everybody, so I look forward to seeing you there. All right.
Thanks for doing the interview. I sure do appreciate it, and we'll see you on the 13th.
The New Blues Festival, Shoreline Aquatic Park, Long Beach, Saturday, November 13th. Appearing on stage will be Laurie Morvan, and I'm speaking with her right now. She's on the line. Laurie, great to hear from you.
Hey, so happy to be speaking with you right now, Catfish. I'm just really looking forward to this festival.
This is so exciting, and I'm excited that I get a chance to see you play with so many great artists. And right now, where can we find your music before we get to the show?
Oh, you can go to my website, which is just my name, lauriemorvan.com. So that's LAURIEMORV like victory, AN.com.
That's exciting. That's exciting. What are you bringing to the show? Any special guests that will be joining you?
Well, it'll be my whole band, and we're a 5-piece, so it's me on lead guitar, lead vocals. I have a keyboard player, bass player, drummer, and a background singer, percussionist. So we have a nice full sound. I got a great band, love them all, and can't wait to be playing in Long Beach. It feels like 100 million years since we played,
That's really one of the questions I was going to ask you also was, when was the last time you played in Long Beach?
Boy, it's been quite a while. I'm even trying to remember now. I know we did a CD release in Seal Beach in 2018. And then I think in 2019, I think we played in Long Beach at the PCH Club.
Wow.
And but it's been, since before COVID, that we've been able to play. So we're all really looking forward to it.
It's going to be a great show. And are you going to be anywhere before that show?
Yeah, well, this weekend we're traveling to Northern California, and we'll do a couple of dates up there. And really, this weekend marks the beginning of our starting to tour again.
Great.
So we'll be going up north, and then we come back down here. Then I think in December we go. Well, actually, end of November I go back up north. I'm doing a little. Jokingly, I call it the Laurie's Gone Rogue tour, because
Yes.
it's just me going out and special guesting with some other bands during the week of Thanksgiving, and then, come back south and we go out to Palm Desert, and, that'll probably be it for us for this year. But I'm currently hard at work booking our tours for 2022. And we have an exciting year coming up. So
fantastic. It's great to hear that you're back at it again, and and I think that's even cool that you're doing the special guest kind of thing where you have a band behind you and you're just going in doing your thing. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. There's some really great, very established musicians doing these featured artist things up in Northern California, and I'm fortunate enough that, there's about 4 different things I'm going to be doing up there. And, I feel really fortunate that they want me to come and be their special guest. And it's an opportunity for me to get out on the road. And it's, from a nuts and bolts standpoint, it's a cost effective way versus going out with a whole entire band. It's very expensive to be on the road, but this lets me kind of go out, make some inroads, or even if it's not inroads, it might be territory we've played before, but it's good to stoke the fires again, so to speak.
Oh, yeah.
And then that way, then we can return with the band and, have it be a viable tour. There's lots of the business side. You don't like thinking about it because we just want to be artists, but
yes.
you have to think about that side.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's there. It's very important. And I think if you have if you have the business side down, I mean, again, I with one of the artists that's performing, I spoke with Sugaray, and Sugaray said that you got to get into the business first, because being an artist is great, but you have to be able to sell yourself, and you have to be able to promote and connect with the people that come to see you. Am I correct?
Oh, exactly. And I love Sugaray, by the way. He and I have crossed paths before, and we've sat in with each other before. And I think he's a wonderful talent. People are going to get a treat to get to see him. And I'm super excited. He's on the bill as well. And, I know Sugaray and his lovely wife, Pam, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again. So, there'll be a lot of fireworks at this festival. Let me say that.
Yeah, no. And for me, I'm excited as well, because there are a few friends of mine that are going to be there as well. And of course, KLBP will be there, of course. And we'll be capturing more interviews during that day as well.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you guys are involved and just really, helping to promote this, really wonderful event right here in Long Beach.
Yes, yes, it's getting it going now. Who would you say are some of your influences to you and your music?
Wow, there's just so many, but I never fashioned myself after anyone. But when I was a little girl, I listened to Heart. Oh my God!
Yes.
I had older siblings, that introduced me to Heart, and oh my gosh, I fell in love with the Wilson sisters. I mean, beautiful harmonies, great music. It was very strong and really, melodically so interesting, and just they were tough, and I just thought, wow, they're so cool,
Right.
And then I started playing in bands. The first thing I did was get myself in like a top 40 cover band, back in the day, because you're just learning how to play, and you're drinking in all this music and learning how to play. And then, my whole entire world got rocked when I heard Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh, wow.
And so Stevie was my gateway into the blues. And then, through Stevie, then that's when I discover, Albert King and Freddie King and B.B. King and Albert Collins, and you find Muddy Waters, and you realize that Willie Dixon is one of the greatest songwriters that ever lived.
Right.
And then you find Etta James, and you hear Irma Thomas, and so it's like things go on, and the more you delve into it, to me, it was just such a spiritual, visceral connection I made to that music. It just drew me in, and I never turned back. I loved it so much.
Right. Such a it's a powerful sound, and at the same time, the roots are what really kind of brings everything out. And I mean, the same thing with how I feel as an artist as well. It was what my father played before and how they were influenced. How was Stevie Ray influenced? Who was he listening to? All the Kings, Albert King, and others. And again, I think the thing that's amazing about, most importantly, artists coming from the West Coast, is that's where a lot of these blues artists ended up residing, and we all began to soak it in.
Yeah. And it was a big melting pot of, yes, there is a common language within the blues, but there's just an immense amount of subtlety and nuance and differences between the artists, and you kind of just soak it all in. And then you've got people that, stretch the blues like Bonnie Raitt, and, it's just wonderful. I mean, she probably has one of the most beautiful voices in the whole wide world. It's just, I always say she has so much stuff in her voice.
Right.
It's so rich, and then when she plays the blues, it's a really beautiful thing. And then I also like all her more pop music too. I mean, it's just wonderful stuff.
Yes, it's fantastic and it's amazing. Now, what would you say to anyone who wanted to walk in your shoes and do what you do? Because I know when I was coming up and I was at one of the blues festivals a long time ago, I saw Kim Wilson and I was like, I want to do what he does. What kind of words would you say to someone who wanted to do exactly what you are doing now?
I always hesitate to think I can give advice to anybody, but if they were asking me kind of how I did it and do I think they should do it, it's like, practice a lot, always be nice,
right?
Be on time, be professional, think about your audience. If you were in the audience, what would you want to see going on stage? Don't just stand there like a statue and play.
Right.
It's like you got to connect. Music is really, at its most basic level, to me, it is this beautiful symbiosis of connection that happens as the artist kind of pours her heart out and makes herself vulnerable so that people can connect to that feeling. It's the feeling that people connect to.
Correct.
And the lyrics and the melody are just a way to emote the feeling.
Right.
And so, you're sending that. I almost can see it. I feel it emanating from me as I'm like reaching out in a welcoming way to people and just trying to draw them in.
Right.
And I think finding your own voice there's some people that really want to copy somebody else. It's like, party on, do that. That was just never my thing.
Right.
I always wanted to find my own voice. So you have to decide which kind of artist, do I want to be an artist finding my own voice, or do I want to, kind of just emulate and sort of pay tribute to a certain sound, which is okay too,
Right. No,
whatever.
Definitely. No, but at the same time, you can't, you can be an artist where you can say, well, I can play this and I can play that and I can play this and I can play that. But at the same time, if you just stand there and you're, very emotionless and you're just very simple and you don't even connect with the audience, it's going to turn people off. And if you welcome and you invite, and I think the biggest thing is, when I've spoken with other artists, is when you can play a certain record or you can play a certain sound or a certain song, that brings back a memory that that person had deep within their heart that really just excites them and make them feel really good about, wow, that was really great. And I really like that artist was able to do that. Don't you agree?
Oh, yeah. And in your songwriting, I've found of course, I write a whole gamut of songs like everyone does. Sometimes they're just for fun and they're meant to be kind of a let's party and have fun song.
Right.
But I've found that the more vulnerable I am as a songwriter and the more I'm in touch with what's really, the thing I'm really feeling, and I'm not just trying to write a song. I'm really just putting out my heart on the line. Those songs are better. Right. They're more able to reach people on a real, authentic level.
I totally agree with you. And you know what? I can't wait to see you there at the New Blues Festival. Thank you so much for being on the line with me.
Oh, you bet. It was my pleasure. Come to the New Blues Festival, everyone. It's going to be a blast.
The New Blues Festival, Shoreline Aquatic Park, Long Beach, Saturday, November 13th. Appearing on the stage will be Bill Grisolia with the New Blues Revolution and the All-Stars. And I'm speaking with him right now. He's on the line. Thanks for being on the line with me, Bill.
Thank you so very much, Catfish. Really appreciate you taking the time to do this. So good to be with you again.
Yes, I'm really excited about this one. It's going to be fantastic, and you have quite the lineup. Are you excited as well?
More excited than ever. This is our 6th in Long Beach. It will be our 8th overall, and more excited than ever before.
That's fantastic. So where can we find music from the band that you will be with? It's just going to be a bunch of all-stars, special guests?
Thank you. Well, if not for the New Blues Revolution, there probably would be no New Blues Festival. Just historically, that's kind of how things happened. Mm-hmm. And so the New Blues Revolution, you can certainly find them. You can find music from our band online at our .com, at our Facebook page and Instagram. This year, as a highlight during the post-pandemic or the last throes of the pandemic, mm-hmm. We headlined the Key West Florida Blues Festival. And then here locally in Long Beach, we were also at the Uptown Jazz Festival. So we've done a lot of festival work this year, and we're excited about this one. So we're veterans of this. We helped found it. We founded it. Mm-hmm. And then this year, I'm also appearing with a festival all-star band. This includes the famous George Foster, who's a veteran of a couple of the festivals with his own band, mm-hmm. and then also some great rhythm section all-stars in anyone's mind, Leo Hopkins and Robert Gates. But then we expect to have at least one artist. We've worked together before with Laurie Morvan. Mm-hmm. Concert series this summer, and then also we think we're going to have Sugaray, Rayford sit in with us as another all-star this year.
They are all great people, and of course, we've talked about this, good friends of mine, and have appeared on right here on 99.1 KLBP FM, Long Beach Public Radio. And of course, that's what we love to do here, right? We love to keep the blues alive. I think the blues has been very strong in Long Beach, and there are many wonderful venues that are supporting live music all the time. Would you agree?
Well, yes, with the latter part, but I'd like to say that the blues is alive and well. Right. And so this particular festival celebrates and honors the past, but it also promotes the future of in the idiom of the genre. And certainly we have some of those young cats, too, that are performing, and also their audiences attend. Folks like She Wears Black, fronted by Shiva Fly, and the Disciples, fronted by Andrew Alvarez, are good examples of the youth movement that is part of the New Blues revolution, if you can call it.
Amen. Yes, it's all about keeping the blues alive with the young folks, and we have to continue to tell the story and just encourage as many young people to especially come to festivals like these where you can see many artists. Now, there are 2 stages, correct?
Yes, and you'll be happy to know, because of your interest in the youth, that our Blues in the Schools program of our Long Beach Blues Society, which we created, is very active. We're doing shows on the 8th of November and after the festival on the 16th of November at Washington Middle School. We're doing a class, and then at the Oropesa Elementary School, we're doing 2 all-school assemblies. And interestingly, the Oropesa Elementary School was the last school that we did a Blues in the Schools concert series for, just before the Long Beach Unified School District was closed during the pandemic. So it's kind of a homecoming, kind of return, kind of a celebration of beginning to get over the pandemic, that we're also arriving there. But for the festival, it should be noted also that the Avalon K through 12 school on Catalina Island is sending a class of musicians to the festival. And by the way, the Catalina Express folks are taking care of their passage. They're sponsoring those kids and the teacher, and they're going to be coming to the festival and playing in small groups with some of the professional musicians as well. So it's really a tremendous thing. Some of our other programs are also, of the Blues Society, are also participating in the festival, as they do over the years. For example, the senior programs at Cal State Long Beach, the Ollie program, as well as the harps for seniors. I can't remember the name of that one, but it's an outgrowth of Ollie. Those folks are all coming. That's about 100 seniors.
Wow.
That'll be coming and participating in the festival. And this is their second time for us, so we're excited about welcoming them back. And then our Blues for Vets program is also very, very active. And we think that we may have as many as 1,000. We're hopeful 1,000 veterans attend the single-day festival on Saturday.
Great. That's all. It's basically a revival and a welcome back to everybody, and welcoming back amazing music and keeping it alive, keeping the blues alive for all generations.
That's right.
Well, that's great. Well, I'm glad we were able to chat. And is there anything, I think you and I, did we miss anything? I think we covered all the bases today, correct?
Well, yes, we know where it's at. It's at the beautiful Shoreline Aquatic Park, which is actually a peninsula. So to repeat, it's surrounded on 3 sides by water.
Right.
On the ocean, great, spectacular ocean views. And it'll be a great environment for this fantastic music. We'll have great vendors and food and beverage. And so, it's a great family event as well, because of course there'll be kids of all ages.
Yeah, absolutely. I also see that we have the MC Master of Ceremonies is Ann the Raven.
Yeah, how about that? One of the longest running radio personalities, blues radio personalities in Los Angeles, has agreed to be our Master of Ceremonies this year.
I remember working with her up at KCSN when I first was getting my feet wet in radio. So we go way back. That's very exciting.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Yeah, so exciting. And so, you must make sure that you come by the stages, because I think also the Ocean Stage Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Robert Barr, Bob Barr, Bobby, a.k.a. Bobby the Wheel. I think he's looking for you,
right?
Maybe to do a cameo or so.
Great. Yes, I will definitely be there, and we will be capturing interviews that day, and we will be playing them replaying them right on 99.1 KLBP FM Long Beach Public Radio. Once again, we want to make sure you come on out and see the show Saturday, November 13th, once again at the Shoreline Aquatic Park, the New Blues Festival. We have been talking with Bill Grisolia from the New Blues Revolution, and we hope you come on out and join us.
Blessings crowns the heads of the wise. Evil overtakes the wicked. Everybody has a story. I urge you today to find your strength in love. Hey, everyone!
The New Blues Festival, Shoreline Aquatic Park, Long Beach, Saturday, November 13th. Appearing on stage will be Lester Lands, and I'm speaking to him right now. He's on the line. Great to hear from you, my friend. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Catfish.
You are a busy man, and I hear you're about ready to step on stage for another gig in downtown Los Angeles. So I'm glad you have taken a moment to jump on the phone with me.
Oh, man, it's a pleasure.
And so you're going to be playing, so on Wednesdays, people can find you down at the 7th and Grand, correct?
Yeah, it's called the 7 Grand, and it's like between Olive and Grand, and the place is called the 7 Grand. Yeah, we here, man, like every other Wednesday night. First Wednesday of the month, the third Wednesday, and when there's a fifth Wednesday. But always the first and third Wednesday of the month. We're here, man.
That's great. That's great. Well, what are you bringing to the show down in Long Beach?
Well, I'm going to bring my band, which consists of keyboards, drummer, bass, saxophone, and myself with vocals and guitar.
Nice. That's pretty strong unit right there. How long have you been playing with that group of musicians?
Oh, man, for quite some time now. They work with a lot of different other people, as I do, but we play together a lot, man, a lot. We've been doing it down through the years, for like about 4 or 5 years or so.
That's excellent. Now, before we get to the show, how can people find your music?
Well, right now, I just got stuff on some of the digital outlets.
Right.
Yeah. And then Facebook, of course.
Right.
Lester Land.
Yes, sir.
LANDS.
Now, when was the last time you were in Long Beach?
I'm going to be in Long Beach this Friday.
Oh, good.
With Southside Slim. I'm on at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I'll be on that.
Now, and how many times does that happen?
Well, Southside Slim is there every Friday, but every first Friday he have a special guest. And this particular first Friday, he have me along with like the Brohams and other people. Yeah, man, it's gonna be epic.
That's really fantastic. Again, I got to go down there and go visit definitely. So what would you say, who are some of your influences to you and your music?
Oh, wow. Catfish, I got a wide diverse of music, man, because I like gospel and blues, R&B. I like country. So I can't just pick one. I like that and everything in between. And my style of music, covers some of all of that.
Right. So it's just kind of a wide variety, just a big old mixing pot of everything.
Yeah. Yes. But I'm hired to play the blues a lot, and that's what I do.
Right.
I know the blues. I live the blues. I woke up on the blues.
That's good, man. That's how we do it.
I came from Louisiana, man.
Now, who would you say it was? Is there a specific artist that you have just listened to during the time that we dealing with COVID? Any artists that you would recommend to people to check out right now?
You mean locally?
Yeah, local artists that you're really digging is doing a really good job. Yeah,
I recommend they check out Lester Lands. I have a gospel brunch every second Saturday of the month.
Yes, sir.
And this Saturday, it would be the 13th. Although I am opening up the New Blues Festival at 9 a.m., when I get finished, I'll go to my local gospel brunch, and it's located at 9501 Avalon Boulevard. Then later that evening, I'm back at the New Blues Festival on the other stage with my friends.
Yeah.
So I feel blessed, man. I'm doing it twice.
That's good, man. That's good. I can't wait to see you. I think the last time I saw you was at the living room right on Crenshaw.
The Yeah, man. I enjoyed you immensely that night.
I was so honored. I got a chance to play for you and again to talk to you and to say that you were my friend. I mean, this is a pure blessing. So, I can't wait to see you there at the New Blues Festival, November 13th.
All right. Looking forward to it, man.
You have a great gig and we'll see you real soon. And
all right. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me.
make sure you check out Lester Lands. He will be there at the New Blues Festival, Shoreline Aquatic Park, Long Beach. Once again, Saturday, November 13th. KLBP is an official media sponsor. Tickets and info at 707-57-BLUES.
We love one another now. Yeah. I can show you how to change your direction. To make a new connection to everyone. Let's lead the way to a brighter day, where everyone gets love and affection. 'Cause I don't